Welcome to the Curly Hair Q&A Show. I am your host, Ken Nickels, and I'm here with Melanie Nickels. She is the founder of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It's one of the top curly hair salons in the country, and Melanie is one of the top curl and color experts anywhere in the world. She is also the founder of the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic curly hair products that can be found at rawhairorganics.com. Tonight we are show number 132 if you've been following, and Curl Crap giveaway number 14. Can't believe it. We took a week off last week because we had a guest. But we're up to giveaway number 14 tonight. If you're watching us tonight live, you can watch us in the Curly Girl Support Group on Facebook, but you can also watch us on several other Facebook groups, such as the Diva Curl User Support Group, the Curly Hair Q&A group, the Raw Curls User Support Group, the Curly Girl Method Product Swap Group, on Instagram at Raw Curls. Hey, Instagram, they're on their own feed, so they're special. I'm going to try to get done within an hour so you guys don't get cut off. Every week they get cut off because it only runs for an hour. But you can also, for your best user experience, if you want to watch us live or even a replay, go to the Curly Hair Q&A YouTube channel, and the sound quality and the video quality is excellent because that's what they do there. We are also available on podcast. We are a 2019 award-winning podcast. Thank you to you guys.
Thank you
Certainly,
so much
no thanks to me. But you can listen to every new episode is released between 5 and 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time every Tuesday. And you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Podcast Addict, and more just by searching the Curly Hair Q&A Show. So,
Murphy says you forgot to announce that she's here as well. That's why she was.
The whole family's here tonight.
Over.
I've got the whole family's here tonight. We got Murphy here. You can, if you're watching on video, you can see her being silly, which is what she does. Scooting her bed across the table until she falls off. It wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, so our sponsors for this evening are Raw Curls and the Wavy Swavy Conditioner and Wavy Swavy Cleanser on sale this week. Now you can see see the picture Rhett took. Pretty nifty.
Yeah. Good job, Rhett.
16-ounce bottles of each are on sale right now on the rawhairorganics.com website. And we are also sponsored by the Raw Curls Academy, which we just sold out in 14 days, a record for us. Just sold out the October class. Sorry, sold out. But we just opened up on Friday. We opened up a new class, and that's January 26th and 27th of 2020 next year in Naples, Florida at our salon. You can go to rawcurls.com/academy and sign up for the class if you'd like to, if you're a licensed stylist. And we are also sponsored tonight by RawganX and RawganX Health. Great health takes a great strategy, and we are all about a total lifestyle change of what you put. Are you eating your RawganX? Is that what you're doing, Murph?
No, she's trying to put on the headphones. That's what she was scratching it. And she was fluffing her hair, like making it all frizzy, so she needs some anti-frizz.
Yeah, she needs some
example.
Yes.
She does have wavy hair, actually.
She does have a little bit of a wave, but great health takes a great strategy, and we are all about a total lifestyle change at RawganX of what you put in your body and what you put on your body. Go to RawganX.com and check it out. So anyway, all the nifty stuff there. All righty, first things first. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
Good, wonderful. Got any fun facts for us before we get started?
Let's see. Not really. Just
Nothing
that
fun?
we have Murphy here tonight.
That's kind of fun.
Yep.
She can be fun.
She's all about fun. Time for you to share a fun fact. I've been sharing all of them.
Okay, here's my fun fact. It's been a hell of a day around here. We've had this periodic kind of, we got this new fancy dancy a couple of months ago, this updated internet, so we could stream more like we do now in all these different groups and these podcasts and whatever. the modem had been acting up the last couple of weeks. And today, of course, on a show day, I come into work this morning and it's deader than dead. And they couldn't get out till this afternoon, so it's been a mad scramble. So I haven't been able to do any work hardly because I couldn't get online. And luckily I got online a little bit later on this afternoon, but it got fixed. So yeah, that's a fun fact. Thanks to Alfred or Alfredo, I forget his name, my customer service representative from Comcast. I can't believe I'm thanking Comcast.
Oh my
Can
God.
you believe it?
No.
Hey,
Wow.
credit where credit's due. Thanks. We're online tonight thanks to Alfredo.
Yay.
Alfred, whatever the
Thank
heck his
God.
name. Thanks.
Actually,
Yeah.
I do have 2 fun facts.
Go ahead. Shoot with your fun facts before I get started on my other first things first.
Well, I found a new receptionist for the salon.
We have another receptionist.
Hooray.
Woohoo. Now we have 2.
So I'm hoping that she shows up for her first day of work.
We're hoping.
Seems like she's going to be a great fit. So I'm really excited about that.
Good.
Adorable curly hair, of course, that I said teasingly that it's a prerequisite. But she has really beautiful curls, and I can't wait to give her her first curly cut.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Good.
And then the other one was that we went and saw The Art of Racing in the Rain, and that was one of my favorite books of all time. And so I was excited that they made it into a movie. And we enjoyed that.
Yeah, we'll see who else enjoyed that tonight. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, that's a fun fact. So, all right, first things first, let's get started. All right, Diva Curl users. I formally invited representatives from Diva Curl Corporate this past weekend twice. And both times they very respectfully declined. So they will not be coming on. I know a lot of you who were in the curly hair group saw that I had been speaking with them. Very nice, very cordial. Not ready to come on the show. I gave them an open platform. I told them, you can come on here. You can talk about whatever you guys would like. It'll be a friendly, welcoming environment. I'll give you my platform. You can talk to 100,000 of your curly girl customers, which is what we have in all our groups and everything, about 100,000, a little bit more than that. And they respectfully declined. I sent them another message back. I said, you know, maybe you might want to come on and talk about proper usage, because there's been some questions about how do we use your products. And I said, why don't you just come on and tell people how to use your products, and, you know, we'll ask whatever you want us to ask you. They also said respectfully declined. So that's what's going on with that. Secondly, on Friday, I was contacted by Diva Curl founder Lorraine Massey, and I formally invited her to come on the show tonight. And I also gave her a standing open invitation to come on the show and talk about anything she would like, whenever she would like. She has not responded to that invitation. That was how our conversation ended. She has not responded one way or another. So she's not coming on tonight. Will she come on in the future? I'm not sure, but she has a standing open invitation. And no, you guys have been around long enough. You know how we deal with our guests. Come on, we treat you with dignity and respect. So we'll see what happens there. So
yeah, that's what, you know, maybe they haven't seen the show, or maybe they don't understand. I don't know. But, you know, it's just not what I follow, what I believe. You know, we have a variety of people that come on here that have a variety of beliefs and a variety of techniques, and so that's what keeps it really interesting and open for everybody. So, you know, it's no, you know, my way is right and your way is wrong, that kind of thing, and, you know, argumentative or, you know, debates or anything like that. It's just sharing information that we have grown to know over the years with our experiences.
I talked about this a little bit in one of our private groups this afternoon, and you know, I made it clear that you know, for any of these people, I will open our platform up to them and let them talk to you guys, their customers, however they would like to, whenever they would like to, and whatever they would like to talk about. And you know, and the reason that I do that is, as a manufacturer, because, you know, we are a manufacturer of products as well as a salon and whatever the heck else we do. And we clearly understand that things like this that are happening could clearly happen to us very easily tomorrow. And I would hope that that the people who are my competitors would be would be as helpful as we want to be. Treat others like you want to be treated is how I look at it, and and that's why. So anyway, so that's that. So we'll see what happens in the future. Lastly, the last thing I've got here before we get into questions. So a number of you people have been asking me, what's happening with Jessie from Jessie Curl? What's going on? Last we heard, you said she had brain surgery and asked for our prayers. Well, I'll tell you what's happening. I talked to her today, and I gave her an open invite to come on.
Nobody wants to be on the show.
Nobody wants to come on. I gave her an open invite.
Murphy wanted to be on the show.
I gave Murphy wanted to be on, and she's on. So camera can't see her, but we can see her. Actually Instagram can see her. But anyway, so I talked to her today. I gave her an invite. And I said, why don't you come on? And said, there's a lot of people who've been wondering how you're doing. And, I've been praying for it. And she said, she said, somebody messaged me and said that you had told all your viewers and listeners to pray for me. And she said, that was really touching. I really appreciate that. And I said, well, why don't you come on? I said, you come on for 5-10 minutes and, talk about it. And at first she said, great, wonderful. And then about an hour later, she said, maybe not. She said, I have not. For those of you who don't know, she had brain surgery and the back of her neck and head were cut open, and she was shaved a bit. And she said, she said, I haven't been cleared to really wash my hair until like just now.
Oh,
and
wow.
She said, I don't look good on video right now. And I said, I understand. And she said, well, how about this? She said, how about, can you bring me on as a phone call? And I said, sure, no problem. I said, I'll talk to Rhett, make sure he takes care of it and whatever. And, we'll have you on as a phone call, and, you can tell everybody how you're doing. About half an hour goes by, and she messages me back, and she said, I've had the flu, and my voice is not, she's like, my voice is not good. She said, so I'm really a mess. She said, as far as my brain and my surgery is concerned, I'm feeling great. She said, but everything else, I'm kind of a train wreck. So I said, okay. I said, no problem. You don't have to come on. I said, I would tell everyone that you said thank you for your support and your prayers, and she will come on in a couple of weeks when she's feeling a little bit better and maybe looking a little bit better in her mind. So
she's gonna need to clarify.
So anyway, she
topic.
said something. I didn't get a chance to read it all, but she did say something. She just finally got to wash her hair, and she's like so matted and knotted, and she's,
oh my gosh,
she said, mess, because it's been weeks. It's been
month.
It's probably been a month
for sure.
Yeah. So, but anyway, long story short, she is that as far as the surgery, she is feeling better, and she'll come on as soon as she's ready, and we'll hear all about it. So looking forward to that. All right. So next, all right, we're going to get into some questions here. Last week we had our most downloaded show ever. We had, I always pronounce this wrong. Neuratress. Is that how you pronounce it?
Neuratress.
We had Neuratress founder Deshawn Bullard come on, which is she's a trichologist and hair loss, hair restoration expert. And we did Q&A, and boy, did we get a lot of questions afterwards. And we talked about this earlier in the week, and Melanie's going to talk. She's going to take a bunch of those questions, as many as she can answer. And I also asked Deshawn during the interview last week if she would come on in the future and do live Q&A if we had enough questions. And she said, yes, absolutely. And with the amount of questions that I got this week, we're going to bring her on.
Yeah, I knew, that's what I said. I knew as soon as I was in the class, like, we needed to have her on and share this information, because it was mind blowing. And for me, a little disturbing and upsetting. And, that's why it was like, oh my gosh, we've got to share this information again, something new that you learn. And, but Speaking of clarifying, so I'm going to start off with that because I think
Okay.
there was some misunderstandings of a couple things that we were talking about or saying. Number one, for me, okay, so the Raw Curls products, let me be very clear, do not build up on the hair. So they are water soluble. They, they're sulfate free. They're very gentle and moisturizing. You don't get product buildup from the Raw Curls products.
So what were you saying about
that's
that
not
last
what we
week when
were
we were
saying.
talking?
What we were saying is when I was talking about myself specifically, I have changes going on from hormones, going through menopause, things like that, which is very common. And that's why, I wanted to get more into this because I see it a lot. I'm experiencing it a lot. So we were talking about buildup on the scalp. So two different things. Dead skin cell buildup, different from product buildup on the hair. So I like the way that she explains it, and that's the way that I can relate and explain it to others as well, because what we're saying is, if you think about it, how we take care of our face and our skin on the body is, you need to wash and exfoliate and tone and moisturize. So the problem is that you get dead skin buildup on your scalp because we're not exfoliating properly, because we're using so many, just gentle products. And some people are using the wrong products. That's a whole nother situation. But so using all the sulfate free products, which is great, we recommend that. But think about how often you're exfoliating your face. I mean, I do it a couple times a week, to take the dead skin cells, those layers off.
So your scalp is really the same skin as your face because it's
correct.
It just has more hair coming
Yeah, and we get even more oil buildup, So that's what we were referring to. It's not, you don't have to be worried that the Raw Curls products are going to build up. So that's the information that was so interesting to me, because it makes sense, that we need to exfoliate once in a while. And, you do that by using a clarifying product and, massaging and scrubbing the scalp. So we'll get into more of that.
Yeah. So maybe exfoliating my back would have stopped that thing from this morning.
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
That's
Ken had
not
like
fun.
a Grand Canyon mountain growing on his back.
I didn't know.
It's more like a volcano. What's a big volcano?
Vesuvius.
Yeah, it was like Mount Vesuvius.
I didn't know it was there. I was literally sitting in the kitchen this morning answering your emails and messages at 7:00 in the morning, overlooking the water. Wonderful morning. And then somebody walked up to me and said, "Ew," and started pinching at my back.
I was like Dr. Pimple Popper. Ew, it's disgusting. Yeah, but
It's pretty rare. Pretty rare though. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt at all.
Yeah,
And
usually he screams like a baby, and I can't
don't
get
scream
through
like
it.
a baby.
Yeah, you do.
A girl.
A girl, whatever. Girl, baby, whatever. You scream a lot, and he jumps and never lets me finish. But yeah, so again, it's that oil buildup, not exfoliating, getting those blackheads removed. So you're gonna have a problem. So needed special attention.
All right. Do you want to talk about these, or do you want to get into questions?
We'll get into questions because I think we're going to answer
with these.
Yeah.
Okay. What's
if we don't, I'll talk about them separately.
Yeah. Ooh, this is gold. Interesting. What's interesting? Well, we'll talk about this later. You guys, unless you're watching on video, you can't see this from podcast. But so, what do you think? Change the directions so they just glued them on? Change the instructions? That's interesting.
I don't think so.
Looks like it. If you read it, because they
changed it.
They covered up the directions.
No, I think it's just so you can peel it off and read it.
Oh,
because it's hard to read on the bottle.
I can never read it.
Right.
All right, let's get into some questions. You ready? Murphy, ready? She's asleep already. All right. Let's see. Melanie, last week Deshaun mentioned we shouldn't completely remove sulfates from our cleansing routine. Is using a clarifying shampoo enough to not have to worry about this? I have hard water and use a pH 9 clarifying shampoo. Is this enough?
Yes. So again, depending on your situation, but that's what the Undo Goo from Malibu is, pH of 9. It says right on the bottle. I love that. They don't per se use, well, they use a sulfate, what is it? I was looking at this. They use the sodium olefin sulfonate. That's
Like C12 or C14
yeah,
or C12,
yeah.
C14.
So that's like a
Yeah.
coconut-based surfactant. But anyway, but that's the whole point. So either periodically you do need to clarify with either a sulfate product or a clarifying product with a higher pH. So either or, whatever, so that it can cleanse and exfoliate the scalp. Now, I don't know if this is one of the questions, but it had come up, you know, a difference between clarifying and chelating. Were you going to?
I think it was last week. I don't think that's up here this week.
Okay.
But you want to talk about that? Go ahead.
Yeah. So very similar, but the clarifying is to remove product buildup on the hair. If you get into mineral buildup, then you need to get into the chelating products.
Is that what this one here is for?
So then the Malibu Swimmer's Wellness, it talks about removing chlorine and minerals from the hair. And then I found out something really cool. There's a Joyco product called Clarifying Shampoo that actually is both. So it can be used as a clarifying and a chelating
I've never
product.
seen that before, that product, no.
No, I hadn't either, so I picked it up. But yeah, so that's the difference. The chelating is to remove minerals from the hair more aggressively, because the clarifying products are not always strong enough to remove those minerals. They'll remove product buildup and, you know, the oils, extra oils and stuff from the hair and the scalp. But once you get into having mineral buildup, then you need to go into chelating.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that gives you what you need to know. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Here's a related question. Melanie, Kinky Curly Come Clean is clarifying but does not contain sulfates. Is this enough to protect the health of our hair and scalp? Or do we literally need a sulfate shampoo once or twice a month? If so, do you have any product recommendations that will do the job but won't be too harsh on our curls?
Yes. So that sounds very similar to what I was just saying about the Malibu Undo Goo, which is a pH of 9. So if it doesn't have per se sulfates in it, which are a more aggressive cleansing agent, you know, those sulfates were used because they're the surfactants and they're the cleansing agents, and they're stronger. So there is a point in time for that, which is what we're talking about. You know, yes, like once a month, or, you know, depending how your head feels, periodically, once every 2 months, you know, do a clarifier and just, you know, cleanse the scalp and the hair and exfoliate. So that sounds very similar to the Undo Goo. So either, yes, a sulfate product or something that has a higher pH.
Okay. All right.
Again, you know, I'm thinking of, you know, when we exfoliate the face, you know, so let me go back to that scenario and analogy, because
Which one?
like how we care for our face and our skin.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, so like using sulfate-free shampoos all the time, or the, you know, the co-washes and things like that, would be just like using a cleanser only and never, and expecting that you're going to exfoliate those dead skin cells off. No, that's not how it works. We use scrubs. They always are like, they have some kind of shell or beads or something grainy
Charcoal.
in it. Well, charcoal's different. But, and then, you just made me lose my train of thought. So or like masks, you know, we use different masks and vitamin C's and things that are more aggressive to, you know, slough and exfoliate those dead skin cells off. So very similar, you know, if you're just using the sulfate-free cleansers, it's just, you know, it's washing it like you would with your face cleanser, but it's not, you know, getting that exfoliation, which is, you know, something you need to add in addition to.
Okay.
Like I just did a lactic acid mask last night. You know, we do peels and things like that. So does my skin look exfoliated?
It looks totally exfoliated. Is that what you were trying to get? totally exfoliated.
Now moved into the dermaplaning, where it's like you're shaving your face like men do.
Owie.
That takes off the dead skin cells. There's all kinds of. So that just totally made sense to me, to think about it in that way. How often, and how many different things I'm doing to my face, but not to my scalp.
Okay. All right, let's see what else here. Okay, Melanie, when you do a keratin treatment on your clients, what shampoo and conditioner do you recommend? All the hairdressers seem to recommend ones that have silicones. Hold on, let me see if there's anything else to that.
Raw curls.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. What was the answer?
Raw curls. That's easy.
That's what you use?
Of course.
Okay.
So, yes.
Raw Curls Cleanser original?
Yep.
Okay.
Or
There you
one
go.
of my raw hair. I mean, if they're not a curly person, I do have some, believe it or not, I do have straight hair people that do get keratin treatments as well because their hair is frizzy and they just love the conditioning that they get and the shine. And so it just makes it more manageable for them. So then they would be in the Raw Hair Organics line. But
Yeah.
if we're talking about curly, definitely the Raw Curls because it is sulfate free.
Okay. This next question would really be good for Deshawn, but I'll ask you, Melanie. The brand linked last week also contains silicones. Some people believe there are some benefits. Melanie, what's your take on that if using a sulfate as needed? What are your thoughts on silicones? So one of the products that she brought here or had that we talked about that she manufactures, has a silicone in it. What are your thoughts?
That's true. And so that's another point. And like we were talking about earlier, these are different products that Deshawn uses specifically for hair loss and treating, thinning hair and hair loss and hair regrowth, and not necessarily things that I personally endorse, but she's having great success, so I can't, deny that.
So is the theory in this part of the discussion, if you have hair loss or thinning hair, you have to make a decision of, do I want to get my hair back or do I want to stay curly girl friendly? Is that kind of the distinction? Is that you've got to kind of decide one way or another of, if you're losing your hair, if you've got hair loss, okay, I'm going to concentrate on getting that back, curls be damned?
Well, yes, it could come down to that. That's her specialty is hair loss and thinning hair and the trichology. So her specialty is not focusing on curly hair necessarily. So it's the treatment of thinning hair and hair loss, and she's had success with those products. So, again, I'm not gonna knock it. Is it what I'm gonna necessarily want to recommend for my, curly hair clients? Again, it's going to have to come down to their situation and them making a decision. But in the meantime, of course, I'm researching for, other products that can be used as well that have, success, right? But, yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to make that decision. What's more important to you? And silicone. Okay, so we've talked about this before. Silicone is great. It's as an anti-frizz ingredient because it's an anti-humectant. It repels moisture. So that's why it's used. It's cost effective. It works really well.
We do not use it, just to make clear.
And we don't use it in our products because the problem with silicone is the same thing. It's an anti-humectant, so therefore it repels moisture. When you're dealing with curly hair specifically, you want that moisture in the hair. So, we choose not to use it. I always give the analogy of putting a wax coating on a car. So it makes it look smooth and shiny, but when it rains, the water beads up and it runs off. So that's what's happening to your hair. Whereas our hair needs that moisture. We want it to be able to penetrate and get into the hair. So, we choose not to use it. Some people still like it, and that's their choice. But again, yes. So, definitely be clarifying periodically to remove that silicone.
Okay. If you're using
the
Nuratress products for hair loss.
Yeah. And that's, again, she has the clarifying products. So that's probably why she hasn't seen any issues.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But we can, when we bring her on again next time for Q&A, we'll ask this again. So I always keep
And
the
I
questions.
think, you know, she explained it really well about not, you know, having one specific ingredient that causes a problem. It's how they're used. So used properly, you know, if you choose to and you like, I know curly hair people that love silicone, you know, they've told me straight out, I love the way it is in my hair. Okay. You know, so then they're just, to me, going to have to clarify once in a while and then recondition.
Yeah. I think there's like 3 questions in a row, and I think that they're all similar, and I think you really answered this, but I'm going to throw this out again. I was wondering if Melanie would recommend adding a good salon quality laureth sulfate shampoo to our routine on occasion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And, you know, like I said, that's why, you know, this was eye-opening for me as well, very educational, but it just made sense. It's like, oh yeah, you know, again, going back to how we care for the rest of our skin, our scalp needs similar care.
Okay. This one I can answer. Is there a recommendation for a sulfate clarifying shampoo that does not contain the itchy M's? The Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo so many people use for final wash has itchy M's in it. I don't know. I don't watch those brands close enough to know. I don't know. Wish I could help you. I don't know.
Again, you know, I really do like the Malibu products. They're very clean. They work really well. So that's what I would recommend.
Okay. All right. Melanie, how can we differentiate between normal shedding or even a higher than normal shedding cycle and something that could signal potential hair thinning and loss? When do we need to seek professional help? It's a good question.
Hey, before you move on to that answer, what's the name of the Joico that you have there? Someone's asking about that.
This Joico is it's a K-Pack product, and it is called Clarifying Shampoo.
Okay.
Where would you get it from? Or is that Salon Professional?
Yeah, this is a salon professional product. So
Talk to your hairstylist.
a salon that sells Joico products, but that being said, God only knows, because you seem to be able to find professional products anywhere nowadays. You know, so I'm not sure if it's on Amazon or, you know, in the stores where, you know, that kind of stuff is going on, but it should be just sold from professionals.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in. It was just before we moved on to
Okay.
that. I wanted to.
All right. So, Melanie, how can we differentiate between normal shedding
yeah.
or even a higher than normal shedding cycle and something that could signal potential hair thinning and loss? When do we need to seek professional help? Is that right, Murphy?
So our hair typically sheds 75 to 100 strands a day. So that's a good amount of hair. If you're not washing every day, then you tend to have more, you know, that comes out when you do wash. So if you're losing more than that, which is like handfuls, you're noticing, like the picture I posted of my hair. I don't know if Rhett still has that, or we don't have it. But, you know, if you're noticing like a whole shorter hairline or bald spots, you know, then you definitely need to seek, you know, professional help, whether that's a hairstylist specializing in the hair loss and thinning hair, or a doctor.
Okay.
But yeah, the average is 75 to 100 strands a day.
Okay, good. Give me just a moment here. Talk amongst yourselves. I have to reword a little bit this.
Okay. Well, Murphy,
okay.
Murph, what do you think?
All right. Okay. I've been using Diva Curl exclusively for an extended period of time. Now, I'm noticing hair loss. What is next? How do I fix this? Are some people more susceptible to follicle clogging than others, regardless of their hair number type? Let's see. What would be our plan to fix this?
So again, I think you know, we've been hearing about people having problems with buildup in their hair, product buildup. So then, you know, you need to be using a clarifier. Diva came out with the buildup buster, you know, so obviously that's a product that they would recommend to use along with the rest of their product line. I don't think, you know, this is not my area of expertise. I'm just learning, and it's new as well. But I don't think that someone is more susceptible than somebody else. I don't, unless they had like psoriasis or something like that, they have a medical condition. But just the average person, I don't think, there's a difference between one or the other.
Okay. All right, good. Let's do a curl crap giveaway. Everybody ready? Get your thinking caps on.
Oh.
Because we've got questions.
Okay.
We have one question.
We have trivia.
Sorry, like I said, it would have been a much bigger giveaway, especially since we didn't do one last week.
Uh-oh.
But with the internet down, it was...
well, you've been doing them every week.
I know.
They've been spoiled.
I've been spoiled. Well, here. So here's the first prize, the only prize. So get your thinking caps on. It is, hold on. It is a coveted 4-pack Raw Curls starter kit of, I think this is a medium gel, of organic cleanser, organic conditioner with the anti-frizz molecule in it, the medium hold gel, which is award winning, and the amazing Raw Curls anti-frizz spray. And you guys see that on camera? Yes, Murphy, you're right there. Look at that.
How exciting.
And to top it all off, a bottle of the Diva Curl Wash Day Wonder, a 12-ounce bottle. That is an incredible prize package. If you want to try to win this package, you're going to have to follow some rules. Rhett, you got some rules?
I don't have the rules up there, but I will tell you what they are.
Sounded like a cry.
It was a laugh. It was a laugh. I don't have the rules, the actual graphics up there. I was working on something else. But I will tell you what you have to do. You must live in the lower 48 states of the United States. You cannot sell the products if you get them if you don't want them. You must give them away the same way that you got them. No cheating, no Googling, none of that fun stuff. And if you're not eligible to win, which you would not be eligible if you've won in the last 60 days, if you're not eligible to win and you cheat or you help someone else answer the question, then you are disqualified and they are disqualified.
And publicly shamed.
And
You're
publicly
fired.
shamed. We will march you through the Game of Thrones style with the bell, make you march through and yell shame behind you. I won't do that, I promise.
Like the dog shaming.
Right.
And if you win, I will send you a direct message through Facebook with a Google form link that you'll fill out with your name, your email address, and your shipping address. And I don't think there's a T-shirt included in this one.
There's no T-shirt included in this, so they do not need their size.
For the future, if there is a T-shirt in the prize pack, you will just respond to my DM with your shirt size.
With your shirt size. And if we have it, we'll give it to you. If we don't have it, you don't get it. Don't hound me for 6 months saying, I didn't get my T-shirt. That happens. Used to happen.
For 6 months.
Oh, my God.
You keep track?
You wouldn't believe it. Anyway, but if you want to win this coveted Raw Curls prize pack, Curl Crap giveaway prize package, you have to answer this trivia question.
In the book and now the movie that we just saw, The Art of Racing in the Rain, which is one of my favorites, what is Denny's dog's name? It's cute.
What is Denny's dog's name?
He was cute,
in
too.
the art of racing in the rain. So, all right. When we have a winner, let me know, Rhett. And in the meantime, we'll get on to another question. All right. Gosh, this next question. Oh, boy.
Oh, you can think about it. Okay, so I was going to say, why don't you talk about your experience with the NeuroTrust scalp exfoliating product? Because we both exfoliated this weekend.
Yeah, because, Melanie, this question, how do you answer that? That question?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you answer that? I'm like, that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. Anyway.
Well, it's okay because we have a winner.
We have a winner. Good. I don't have to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, perfect. Saved by the winner.
Stormy May from the Diva Curl User Support Group. And the answer was Enzo, like Enzo Ferrari.
Enzo, like
that's
Enzo
correct.
Ferrari.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So I'll be sending you a message with the Google form link, and if you'll get that back to me ASAP before the show is over, I'd be very appreciative.
Yeah. So anyway,
So,
they were very. If you read the book back when it came out, it's got to be 10 years, close to 10 years. maybe 7, 8.
We
It's been a
read
while.
it. I read it when we were driving to my mom's for the first time, and then I read it. I finished it, and then I read it to you.
Yeah, then you read it to me when we drove to Boston for the
No.
American Board. Yeah, for the American Board Certified.
No, we were driving to my mom's.
I don't remember.
But anyway,
been
it
a
was a
while.
long time ago.
Anyway, it was a long time ago. But anyway, the movie's pretty true to the book. Pretty true to the book. All right. Okay, let's go on to another.
You didn't talk about your
Oh,
exfoliation.
my experience. Okay, so all right, we already know if you watched the show last week that before the show, Melanie on Sunday, last week Sunday, took my my scalp under her new trichoscope microscope. And because I have this one spot on the front of my hairline that I was really wanting to fill in, and I was so excited about this whole deal, and Melanie taking this training and buying this $25,000 worth of equipment so we can't get a new. Anyway,
He's exaggerating.
I don't have any follicles left in that area, so it's no active follicles.
You have,
I have no active follicles in that area, so nothing's going to grow me back. So I'm going to have to get hair plugs. Maybe someday.
So
We'll see.
anyway.
Okay, so here's the deal. So yesterday, as I'm getting ready to take a shower in the morning, Melanie hands me 2 bottles of the Neurotress shampoo and the Neurotress conditioner.
Scalp stimulating.
Scalp
That's
stimulators.
their clarifying and stimulating.
That's their clarifying. Now, if anybody's got some buildup, it would be me because I'm big into styling clays and styling
Lots of pomades.
styling creams and pomades and stuff like that. I do. Matter of fact, I'm using Dirt Track styling clay right now from Rod's Grooming for Men. If you can tell, if anybody can see. Yes, I need a haircut, and yes, I need some color, and I'm getting it this week. But yeah, this stuff builds up, but it looks good. So anyway, so I took it in the shower.
That
Now,
doesn't build up. It's just
it doesn't rinse out as clean as it should.
you haven't, because you were trying to not rinse it out because you read that somewhere from
Yes,
some blogger.
because that's an idea.
blogger,
That's an idea when
whatever.
you're into pomades and stuff, and a guy, you try not to get it all out. Anyway, so I took this. What do you want to call it? Is it what would we actually call the shampoo and conditioner?
It's scalp stimulating, and it
clarifying.
It clarifies and exfoliates.
Clarifies and exfoliates. Now I'm fragrance sensitive, and I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff. So I use it's because I detoxed for so many years when I was sick. So stuff with fragrances and stuff I'm sensitive to. Well, this stuff what is it? Tea tree oil in it?
There's definitely tea tree and peppermint and the cayenne pepper, I believe, and camphor. So it's very, very stimulating.
Oh, it sure is.
You
because
feel it.
it says scrub for 3 minutes, right? So I put it on and I start scrubbing. Holy cow. I'm like, oh boy, this better not stimulate anymore, because it took me to my brink of I gotta rinse this off, which I didn't want to rinse it off. So but I got through it, and then I put the conditioner on.
It doesn't burn, it tingles, but you definitely feel it.
For
it's
a guy like me
stimulating.
that's really sensitive, like it's really hard for me to find deodorants that don't burn my armpits. I mean, that's how sensitive I am. Yeah, I should tell that story when we went to.
I like it.
We went to actually. I won't tell you what the brand, but Melanie went to a training, and we took our old RV with, and I, hung out, so we made it like a 2-day kind of getaway thing, not too far from here. And they came out with a body wash for men, and I tried it the next morning. Holy cow, I thought my whole body was on fire. All my sensitive areas, put it that way, and I couldn't get it off fast enough. And it's just I'm red and burning in places I shouldn't be. And anyway, that's all I could think. Serves me right. That's all I could think of when I had that on me. I'm like, oh my God, when's it going to stop? Right? It stimulates. Did my hair grow back overnight? No.
Well, it's not going to grow back overnight.
I want it to.
Your hair grows
didn't.
½ inch a month.
Well, it didn't.
It's just so funny
right.
to me
But
that
I like it. It feels
that
good.
Ken
You
talks about-
definitely feel, that it's clean and getting any, it's exfoliating.
Yeah.
It
it's just
definitely
so
feels
funny
like
that
it-
he talks about that all the time. I'm like, he has a complete full head of hair compared to other people who are 54 years old, 55 years old.
he's a big baby. It's
And
complaining.
I'm like, it makes me want to punch you sometimes. Ken.
It's my crown, Anyway, let's go on to the next question. All right, this is a lengthy question. So if I have to reread a couple spots, I'll do that, but I'll read through the whole thing first for Melanie. All right. Okay. Melanie, when asked about main causes of hair loss, Mrs. Bullard enumerated the following. 1, self-inflicted, various hairstyles, bleach, heat, etc. 2, diet, not enough nutrition. 3, hormonal. 4, illness. Earlier in the interview, she stated that avoiding sulfates results in clogged hair follicles because, according to her, sulfates are the only thing that can remove dead skin cells. I am suspicious of that notion because so many people have been following the curly girl method and avoiding sulfates for years, yet they haven't experienced any hair loss, and Mrs. Bullard hasn't mentioned dead skin cells as one of the main causes of hair loss. Would you agree, Melanie, that using a C12-14 olefin sulfonate, which we talked about earlier, containing shampoo occasionally and low poo regularly, with a lot of scrubbing of the scalp, is that enough to maintain the overall health of the scalp? Should I read that last part again, just to be clear?
No, I got it.
All right. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier because those ingredients in whatever product you're using, like the Undo Goo, which also has that same ingredient as a surfactant, has a pH of 9. So yes, it's raising the pH, which is more aggressive on the hair and the scalp. So that is exactly what she's talking about, being able to clarify and scrub and exfoliate those dead skin cells, and that would definitely be sufficient.
Okay.
She, they have the little shampoo brushes. Those are kind of cool too. So, now it's kind of like using that, not the Sonic hair, Clarisonic, on your skin. So, they're all, again, going back to the face analogy, there's all kinds of tools and products to use on the face to exfoliate. So same thing for the hair now. There's, different brushes and things that you can use to massage and rub on the scalp if you want to. But, yes, using that kind of product with a higher pH or the sulfates and scrubbing the scalp should be sufficient.
Okay. All right, let's do one more question, and I think we're going to be done for the night. Let's do one more question. Let's see here. Okay, Melanie, I've been co-washing and then using Diva Curl Low Poo Delight for years, before I even knew about the Curly Girl method. Hair loss had been gradual over the years, and I blamed it all on genetics. But now I'm wondering. Per Deshawn's recommendation, I have added a sulfate shampoo to my routine to try and get my scalp healthy again. Any idea when I might start seeing a difference? In other words, how long does it take?
So again, you should feel a difference right away. If you were having any buildup or, not exfoliating. So, because I definitely, after using that product, feel a difference. I mean, my scalp feels really clean. I was having a little bit of dryness and flakiness in the back of my head. Again, I'm having, because I have hormonal changes going on. So mine is like a health issue. Maybe something with my thyroid. But anyway, but I definitely feel the difference just using that product right away. You won't see a difference for a good, you might be able to see, we always say 3 months, with the naked eye, but under a scope, you should be able to notice hair coming back in a month. For sure, because it grows ½ inch a month, so you will be able to see something. So again, we always, even when I was using just the Xenogen products, we tell people to take pictures, and it was kind of fun because people would see little sprouts coming up if it was in their hairline or wherever in the back, if they were like paying attention and taking pictures, you could definitely see hair sprouting. Mm-hmm. So that was exciting. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you see that quite, pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah. And if you are someone that's into those like Low Poo Delight type cleansers and conditioners. Our sponsor, Raw Curls, has a sale going on, a really good sale, on 16-ounce bottles of Wavy Swavy Cleanser and Wavy Swavy Conditioner. Go to rawhairorganics.com and check them out. They're a real bargain. 100% natural, 80% organic, 100% curly girl friendly, and really cheap right now. I would check it out.
Wow.
Ain't going to be on forever. Maybe till tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, check it out. See, Brett, I got a second sponsor read in. Well, thank you. We've been working on that.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm trying to do better
What does that
at
mean?
sponsor reads because I'm supposed to do it in the middle of the show.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh,
Mid rolls,
okay.
I think they call it. Anyway,
You should have.
I'm trying to be a better
You should have
host.
done that picture with the water, the waves. Wavy swavy.
Yeah, shoulda. I should have
You
took a
guys had
picture
those
yesterday.
pictures with the water.
We had it. Yes, that's right. When that
I
storm
don't
was
have
coming
any
through.
wavy swavy with the water though. That's the only problem.
Dun, dun,
Come
dun.
on, see.
Anyway,
See
all
what
right.
happens when I'm not involved.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, that's it for tonight's show. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week for another jam-packed, exciting episode of the Curly Hair Q&A show. See you next week.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
good curly week.
Have a good curly week.